What up, boys? We just recently opened up a PO box. I will leave the address in the description of this video or on screen right now if you guys want to send anything. We're gonna do like a PO box stream / video. So if you guys want to send literally anything you want, you know, maybe you got some sealed vintage Pokemon laying around, you know, maybe not, who knows. Anyways, just want to let you all know, and back to the video.
This was shot in front of a live studio audience at twitch.tv/Sweatsicle.
Today is gonna be a day in history. We are reborn today. We are recycled today.
I love you and the content.
And we are still without an anti-cheat after 10 months.
I have not read the TWAB, but I've seen things on my Twitter timeline.
The same systems, the same leveling, no anti-cheat, bringing back old things, getting 3 new things that don't end up mattering. The game is not hard. It's not challenging players. The casuals are getting bored. And we're going to dive right into it today, ladies and gentlemen.
Would you look at that? The top creator in the directory right now, sunsetting was a mistake. It's almost like we called that 2 years ago, before they started actually doing it. Reward updates. Let's start with the rewards, shall we? The Dreaming City and the Moon. Since the launch of Beyond Light, we've been collecting what feels like a metric ton of feedback on various Destiny systems. While we've shared some plans related to rewards, DDoS protection on consoles, crossplay, and transmog, we have new details on rewards from 2 of our more recent destinations. Justin, last month, Assistant Game Director Joe Blackburn spoke to us about some changes we're making in gear in Season 13. In response to some feedback, today we're going to briefly chat about what some of these changes are as they relate back to our catalog of expansions and the reasoning behind them. Reissued Dreaming City Reverie Dawn and Moon Dreambane gear. What a great start, dude. What a fantastic start to this whole thing. I can't wait for something that's been dormant for 2 years to come back so I can regrind the same activities that I played 2 years ago to get that gear and had to delete because it became obsolete. I can't wait to do it all over again. It's going to be like the launch of Forsaken. It's going to be a new game. Reissued 4 weapons from the Moon with new perk pools. Premonition, Pit of Heresy only, Heretic, Blasphemy, however you pronounce it, and Apostate. I don't even know what half of these are. I know what Blasphemer is, because it was the only primary slug shotgun that got sunset, and I had to delete it, and I had a god roll. So let me get this straight. We're spending all our time and like money resources developing the game to reintroduce this stuff that wasn't used very much. But there's still a chance you can get the old shit that literally doesn't matter. I don't understand what is going on inside this studio anymore. This game has gotten to the point where it's literally, you could use 4 weapons and be fine. Like, yeah, you could grind this stuff if you want to. And the only place you're really going to see people maybe use this is Crucible. Second, starting in Season 13 for Gambit and Crucible, Valor, and in a future season for Strikes, rank rewards will be visible on the ritual vendors. Each season, you'll be greeted by a row of rewards progression towards which will be earned automatically as you complete relevant playlist activities. Instead of having rank rewards dropped,
this is Bungie, they would never add those.
Instead of having rank rewards dropped automatically into your loot system, they will now be picked up manually from the vendor lists. We feel this gives a much better visibility into what you'll be earning as you progress and helps you make better choices about where to spend your time. Okay, that's cool, but where was this 9 months ago when we had back-to-back seasons where we literally just played Strikes for 2 seasons straight? We grinded tokens. Due to this automated progression, Crucible tokens and Crucible token gifts are no longer needed and will be depreciated into junk that will delete as a full stack starting in Season 13. So cash those tokens in before the end of the season and get ready to earn some masterwork materials. Yeah, man, let's earn some masterwork materials because we didn't do that the past 3 seasons. I get that. Again, anybody who's a new player, you're going to have stuff to do, but they're going to get bored really fast. So the past, like, however many seasons, it's maybe even been more than 3. We've been stocking up this currency of tokens that they've done nothing with for years now. Years. And now all of a sudden they're like, okay, guys, you have 1 month to get rid of all of it because it doesn't matter anymore. Thanks to changes on Destiny 2's backend and the Destiny content vault, our patch pipeline is indeed better than before. That said, some changes won't happen at light speed as our team wants to appropriate time to collect feedback, check the data, and test proposed changes.
Kiss, kiss.
Where and when does that happen? Because they have never been transparent on that stuff. Never have I heard of, never have I seen like a test sandbox in which they test changes. This is not me just trying to throw shade at like, oh, they don't test their game. But like, it kind of is. The transparency of this company is, it's literally like trying to look through a brick wall. Obviously, I built my brand on this game. And it's getting scary to try and try other stuff, but like in all honesty, I am starting to lose faith that they'll make updates that actually make people interested in the game. As a content creator, I feel like it is my not sole obligation, but I feel like it's one of my obligations. Like if I'm playing this game to get people excited about it so that maybe people try it out and they like it for themselves. But this game is no longer at that point where there's anything left for me to get people excited about for the game, and there's nothing left for me to grind. As someone who plays this game every day, there shouldn't be something for me to grind every single day. But it feels like they've lost their innovative abilities to make unique like experiences for their players, because the reward structure terrible. The leveling progression, awful. The reason to play these activities, non-existent. And they're trying to reintroduce that with this new strike stuff. But they're reintroducing old methods with new rewards. Which, again, these are rewards that we've been grinding for the past 9 months. And then Beyond Light, people are like, oh yeah, we're going to get all new stuff this year. Homie, we are 2 months into a major expansion that we waited 15 months before, and people have been bored for weeks. It got like a month and a couple of weeks of like good content, and people had nothing to do. This was Rise of Iron, and then this was Destiny 2 launch. People were ready. So this was Curse of Osiris launch, right? The game had taken a major downturn because a lot of the systems of base Destiny 2, again, they had some replayability, but it started to take a downturn pretty quick, which is pretty normal for like a big new game launch. But Bungie, having developed Halo or having that name on their back, they have a lot of pressure. So you have all these people checking the game out. And the fact that they were able to like hold these people for this long is not bad. But then you have a DLC launch, right? A DLC launch here. There's a little spike back up, but literally look what happened a few weeks later. Curse of Osiris was the lowest point for the game. And then Forsaken happened. They got a nice, juicy push. Nice, juicy push.
Hey,
that,
Sweat,
the fact that you're getting this high compared to like a new game launch is very good. They maintained some players and it started to go down naturally, which is bound to happen, right? Throughout the year, players are gonna drop off eventually and go play other games. And then they'll come back when stuff is going on again. This is when Opulence was. Opulence did pretty good for a mid-year season. And then Shadowkeep happened. Shadowkeep happened last year. They got a little bit of a spike. They hyped it up pretty hard, but it didn't hit nearly Forsaken numbers, right? It started to even off a little bit faster. It doesn't dip as low, but people lost their interest pretty quickly, I feel like. The peaks are getting progressively smaller. That could be due to a couple of factors. One, it's either not a new game, or two, people are finally realizing that because they're not actually like refreshing the stuff that matters in the game to keep people interested, they just aren't going to pick back up on it. Should have got a D3. I would agree with you, but maybe that's a budget thing. We don't really know because this company is so, like, what is the opposite of transparent? What is a good word there? They're so secretive. But if the game continues like this, Bungie will lose like all of their top content creators for the game. Maybe some of them will stick with it because they're scared to go elsewhere. That's the entertainment world in general, right? If you can't maintain your audience's interest, it's a time thing, man. If you like, people will allot you time because not all good content comes within like weeks, right? It takes time to build up. One of the things that would have helped this game tremendously is to either just pretty much start completely fresh by wiping all guns and armor and materials from players, or just start a new game. Because as you can see, whenever like a new game starts, people want to start over, right? Because here's what they're doing, right? They just sunset weapons and armor, and now you have to re-go get that, right? But when you have these weapons and armor, you have all these materials already to upgrade that stuff. So you don't have to grind these materials if you're a player who's been playing, right? That's what we're assuming. The game works in cycles and it sucks. I don't think there's anything wrong with a cycle as long as it's done in a fashion that actually makes people care. At least for a few months. That's it. All we're asking is for a good few months out of the year. And it feels like we can't even get that right now because of one, drip feed, two, they just like the end game. I feel like they don't know what they're doing with the end game.